our map of Space City, you can see our main industry is actually tourism. So we have a moon hotel in the center of the city. And when tourists arrive, they come in on this Welcome to the Moon crash pad. So a space shuttle will land here, and there are underground tunnels similar to a Hyperloop. So these little trains that go underground will pick up the passengers from the spaceship, and they'll take them to the Moon Hotel. And in the Moon Hotel, you can see we have the hotel buildings they look like double helix, like DNA. They look like DNA, which is the shape of a double helix. So it's like a twisted ladder. So these are different floors, and there'll be an escalator that would take the tourists to their floor. There's also a roller coaster inside, and this is protected by a glass dome that is supported with titanium. So the buildings, the infrastructure. Over here we have the residential zone. So here we have the houses. These are glass domes, titanium supports, and they're underground tunnels where the Hyperloops connect. Over here we have a commercial zone. So we have tech toys, drone zone, space fashions, pet bots. So this is one of the new stores, a new industry that makes robot pets, because we can't have animals on the moon. It's a challenge for pets to exist on the moon. So over here we have the agricultural zone. These are the farms and genetically modified crops. This is all vertical farming. And as part of the tourism industry, we have moonwalk tours where the residents or the tourists can get into a protective suit and walk on the surface of the moon and collect some of that regolith or that moon dirt as a souvenir. There's also Earth View Dome, where they can go inside and look through telescopes at the Earth from the moon. And another main industry in this city is research. Here we have more of the industrial zone, manufacturing. So here's where we're getting titanium. They're mining for titanium. They're mining for silicon, which is found in the moon dirt. And this is all autonomous. So these are drones that are collecting the dirt, analyzing it using mass spectrometry, which is a method in which we can figure out what chemicals, what elements are inside the sample. The helium energy, or He3 energy. So this is helium-3, which is an isotope. So an isotope, remember we talked about atoms having three main subatomic particles: protons, neutrons, electrons. Isotopes are atoms of the same element that have different numbers of neutrons. So for example, if we think of helium, atomic number is 2. Atomic mass is 4. So remember, to get the number of neutrons, you take atomic mass minus atomic number. So 4 minus 2 is 2. Most helium atoms have 2 neutrons. However, there are cases in which helium atoms have 3 neutrons. Helium-3. But if you change the number of protons, then it's no longer helium. So you can still change the number of neutrons of atoms, and they are still the same type of element. But if you change the number of protons, then you're talking about a different element completely. If we added another proton to helium, it would be lithium. It would no longer be helium. However, if we add another neutron, it's still helium, it's just a different version. It's an isotope. And a lot of isotopes are radioactive. In the sun, you have nuclear fusion. Hydrogen comes together, makes helium. When that helium is made, some of that gets expelled out. And really, the outer layers of the sun are pushing outward. in what are called solar flares. Since there's no atmosphere on the moon, that helium gets sucked into the moon's dirt. Okay? That helium is coming to the Earth too, but we have an atmosphere to protect us from that helium. The moon does not have that. The moon is exposed. They get a lot of energy, and they can be used to generate energy. Okay, so that is over here. Then we have a Space Z ships factory. So spaceships, they're manufacturing spaceships. And we're going to say some of the spaceships are made from aluminum, which is found on the moon, and titanium. Over here, this is the Space Z airport to space. So this is their airport, this is their version of the airport, and this is for tourists that want to go explore outer space and other planets. Over here we have the water extraction, purification, treatment plant all in one. This is all autonomous. There are drills going in, and I'm going to look, we would research the technologies that NASA's using for drilling. It would heat up that frozen water, right? So we have ice. So this is one of the craters here on the moon. So we're drilling into the crater, and when it's drilling, it's melting. Okay, so there's a heater in here. And this is powered by solar panels. So these we're going to say are solar panels. And it's stored and heated, because if you don't heat it, it's going to freeze again. So it's stored underground in reservoirs. There's a plumbing system, an underground system that's going to go to all parts of the city. So from this picture, I'm able to show the different parts of the city. I'm able to show, first of all, the transportation system. So it's like most of it's underground, and this is similar to a hyperloop. We also have transportation in the form of the drones, which are transporting different resources to the manufacturing plant. We also have transportation in the form of the spaceships coming to the moon and leaving the moon. I also have agricultural zone over here. Industries, they're making spaceships over here. They're building using titanium and glass predominantly, and they're also doing research for space research. Tourism is the biggest industry in the city, so we have this massive hotel covered with a glass dome with the hotel buildings looking like DNA, with a roller coaster ride for entertainment for the kids. And then we have moonwalk tours, Earth view, and that's the tourist industry. And then we have the residential zone over here. So these are things we need to include in your map, right? So welcome to Space City. You can check in, but you can't check out.